They're both bent on evil, and they shall speak lies at the same table. Oops, there's another thing that's telling us neither side was really good. But it shall not prosper, for the end will still be at the appointed time. While returning to his land with great riches, his heart shall be moved against the holy covenant, so he shall do damage and return to his own land. All right, so here's how this conflict with Islam starts. In 634, 4 Muslim armies come up out of the Saudi Arabian Peninsula, and they sweep up through here, conquer this area, come back through and across North Africa. So, by the way, this is only 12 years after Muhammad died that they start this push. And then they hold this territory for quite some time, and then they begin to weaken, and the Christians strike back with the Crusades. Actually, it was the Pope who called for war. Every one of the conflicts in Daniel 11 begins when the Pope calls for war, the King of the North. So the Pope called for war, and you get a whole series of crusades. And Jerusalem gets caught in the middle. Friends, is Jerusalem still caught in the middle? Yes. If you've been there, you'd really know that. Revelation 9 said, one woe is past, behold, still 2 more woes are coming after these things. So remember, Daniel has 3 conflicts. They have 3 woes. Now, in the first woe, this is the territory the Muslims took in. That was a massive amount of area that they took in about 150 years. Then they moved their capital for the caliphate from Mecca over to Baghdad, and they began the decline, and the Christians struck back in the Crusades. Now, the second conflict is verses 29 to 39. It deals with the Reformation and, more and importantly for us right now, the Islamic Ottoman Empire. Here's what it says. At the appointed time, he shall return and go towards the south, but it shall not be like the former or the latter. So what we have is the king of the north is going to push out again. But remember, the first and the third, he gets Jerusalem. This one, he's not going to. That's why it's different. And another thing here is the appointed time is the time period of 1360s into the 1840s. I can't go into all that right now. It'd take me an hour to explain it. But there is a disc that you can pick up from my wife on that to explain that. My wife likes to call it the graduate level. I will also go over it on what they call Sabbath school here Saturday morning at 9:30. So I'm not just trying to sell you something. You can get it for free if you want, but you can also buy it. It's up to you. Now, so he's going to head south, but he shall not be like the former or the latter. He's not going to make it like he does the first and the third time. Why? For ships from Cyprus shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved and return in rage against the holy covenant and do damage. So he shall return and show regard for those who forsake the holy covenant. Now, I want you to get this sequence here. He's going to head south. He's not going to make it because of ships from Cyprus. He's going to return home in a rage against the holy covenant. There is a very striking fulfillment. Daniel always is accurate in his fulfillments.